When I was just a baby, even from the age of 1, I longed to wear the black and white and hurl for Kilruane. Now great hurlers, they are born, not made, but I think I left it late. You see, I didn't get my first hurling till I was 28. I went along to trading and I practiced all the drills. I was handy at the running, but useless at the skills. The game of backs and forwards would very soon begin, and I'd be sent behind the goal to poke the balls back in. I still encountered problems, for when I threw up the sliotar, no matter how I swung the hurl, I simply couldn't hit her. I didn't make the team that year, and I was feeling low. Back then, there was no live line, so I couldn't talk to Joe. I turned up for the final, and I togged out with the rest. The lads, they all got jerseys. I just wore my vest. Now, our lads played to the wind in the first half. The two boys, they played with the ball. Our lads were playing with the wind. They were playing with the ball. Tommy Barr scored the 2-11. And now lad scored. Now, the second half was different. We made a great comeback. With just 5 minutes left to play, we had him on the rack. We were leading by 2 points. The time was nearly up. I could see our captain thinking soon he'd lift the Dan Breen Cup. Our substitutes out on the line already celebrating. But no, not me. I was still there waiting. Waiting for me chance to come, that I might get the call, and I'd be asked to play my part in the greatest game of all. Our number 12 got injured, a bad blow to the knee. The manager looked down the bench. No one there but me. Well, he looked around and he scratched his head. His options there were few. One of the selectors said, "Shall we bring on Hayes? What harm can he do?" God help that poor selector. If only then he knew. Well, I sprung sprightly from the bench and I was feeling tough. I threw my helmet on the ground. My head was hard enough. I slipped the referee my note. Up forward I did go. I gave the corner back a dig, just to say hello. Now, we had a good full forward. We called him Stony Burke. He said, "You just give the ball to me and I'll do all the work." He said, "Stick with your man, keep him at bay." And after that, he said, "Keep out of me way." Well, no sooner had he said those words when the first ball came my way. I fixed my gaze upon it, and I began to pray. The cornerback stuck up his hand. I just stood my ground. He had 4 fingers going up, not as many coming down. When I got the sliotar on the hurl and towards the goal I sped, and 'twas then that Stoney's words re-echoed in me head. I quickly slipped it out to Burke, who was standing by me side. He stood before an open goal. The Aegis struggled wide. Well, I resolved both there and then, and I swore that come what may, I'd take the next one on myself, if one should come my way. The puck out was quickly taken, but reached the halfway line, grabbed there by our midfield man, we call him number 9. Another high ball raining in, and I went up once more. This time the cornerback was ready, his fingers still quite sore. Well, I was 2 feet in the air when he gave the dirty pull. Before I even reached the ground, he'd opened up my skull. The medics got around me and said, "The physio to me, how many fingers have I up? Is it 1 or 2 or 3? I looked at him through bleary eyes, just glad to be alive. Says I, "Repeat the question." Or is the answer 5? But then I fell unconscious and the ref was heard to say, "Get this fellow off the pitch, there's a minute left to play." They put me on a stretcher and my journey off begun. The ambulance now waiting down near our 21. We had reached it, almost, and all would soon be well, when a handle on the stretcher broke, and to the ground I fell. Another bad blow to the head. Me eyes soon opened wide, and boy was I surprised to see the slitter by me side. Well, I got the slitter on the hurl, and I headed towards the goal. I could hear the crowd all shouting. I thought it was go, Bawney, go. I was just about 10 yards out, when my own full back I met, as I unleashed a rat into my own goal net. Final whistle sounded, and Toom had won the game. When I realised what I had done, I hung my head in shame. I sneaked into the dressing room. My head in blood was plastered. The manager looked at me and said, "Oh, Hayes, you stupid." Well, my hurling days were over, and I was very quiet. I'd ne'er pick up a hurl again, or wear the black and white. Still, I'll always be remembered, though I did that terrible deed. And when I'm 6 feet under, my epitaph will read, "Beneath this slab, Bawney Hayes is laid. For the village team, one time he played. In the county final with great delight, he proudly wore the black and white. It was he who scored the winning goal. May the Lord have mercy."